Hallo, Hallöchen Leute, willkommen wieder zurück zu einem weiteren Part von Genshin Impact. Wir sind hier wieder unterwegs und gehen mal hier ganz schroff mal hier durch und schauen mal, was Sache ist. Gut. So, warte auf die Ankunft des Forschers. Welcher Forscher denn? Warte eine Weile. Oh Mann.
You must be the ones tasked by the Academia with renovating Aru?
That's right. Good afternoon. I'm Kaveh, and these two are Termezi and Naisaburi. Hey, I'll hate them! Come and introduce yourself!
We've met before. This is Thoth, the Ibis King, and everyone knows these two. Afternoon, gentlemen.
Sehr informativ.
I've only ever seen these two in murals!
Ah, the paintings in the temple. They show us chatting, playing cards, playing chess. Precisely the activities we most enjoy, funnily enough.
No, only you enjoy playing chess. We were just humoring you.
I wouldn't go that far.
Back to the matter at hand. A preliminary assessment by the Academia indicates that this project requires expertise in various disciplines, including the deciphering of ancient texts, mechanical engineering, the restoration of ancient ruins, and elemental theory. The most capable minds in their respective fields are here before you. If there are no objections, we'd like to begin our work.
The artisans who built Aru for Al-Ahmar gave their very lives to create this splendid work. Follow their example by giving your utmost devotion to this project.
I didn't know that. We'll do our best, of course, but we certainly won't be sacrificing our lives.
Such brazen words. Humans these days are a far cry from their ancestors.
No, that's not what he meant. Please, don't mind him. He shares your sentiments, just not your, penchant for hyperbole. Assuming that's what you were going for?
I just think it's important to manage expectations.
Forgive my lack of courtesy, but we simply can't sacrifice our lives to the gods on completion of the project like people in the legends of old. Here's a first draft of the project proposal for your perusal. Please let us know if you have any requests. Normally, I'd have made it look a lot more visually appealing, but we were really pressed for time on this occasion. I hope you'll forgive me if it's a little rough around the edges.
Naturally.
If my fellow ministers deem this meager display of respect sufficient, I suppose I can consider
Why are you so preoccupied with the ostentatious displays of respect to Al-Ahmar? We should be trying to make things easy for them.
Exactly.
This is Aru's mainframe. Be reminded to use it with great...
We certainly will. Thank you for your assistance.
You may attempt to lay out punishment should you so desire, though I'm afraid it would be futile. You and I both know that certain components of Aru can only be operated.
King Deshret always believed in humanity. Still, the reason that Aru's modules are designed that way is not so much because he trusts...
Is that true? No wonder human artisans helped to build Aru then. He actually required human assistance to create his greatest work.
Naturally.
Have you noticed that the Goat King keeps giving superficial responses? It's like he's just going through the motions and leaving the real debate to his colleagues.
He understands the art of perfunctory speech. That's what earned him his position as the Minister of Ministers. It seems the rumors about King Deshret being a poor judge of character are baseless after—
Excuse me for being blunt, but it sounds suspiciously like you're putting yourself on a pedestal and mocking me.
You're mistaken. And while there's nothing strictly wrong with making every conversation about yourself, it's not—
You? Whatever. I knew it'd be like this working with you. All right, let me past. I need to look at this console.
It's your job to activate it after all. Let's begin. Everyone, please proceed with the external checks and preparations as per the procedures outlined in the engineering plan.
Hello there, youngsters.
Er macht einen auf Obi-Wan. Geil.
Whoa, the Ibis King came to life.
What do you mean, came to life? I've been alive the whole time.
You did say we could start our research, right?
I've reviewed the proposal. The work you're planning to carry out on this grand device is ambitious in its scope.
I wouldn't say I'm feeling hugely confident, but given how bad things are, I'd rather at least try something than sit around waiting to...
You are the top scholars of your day. I trust you are aware that there are countless links between Aru and the Akasha?
Aru and the Akasha? But...
I thought the Akasha was the Academia's greatest technological accomplishment, created years ago by the Dendro Archon to...
And you too? Do you not know either?
You've read the instruction manual, right? You tell them.
An instruction manual? The Akasha has an instruction manual? The Dendro Archon is a kind and thoughtful god in...
It used to sit on a shelf in the corner at the House of Dana. Not the most popular read. If the manual is to be believed, Aru was in fact the original inspiration for the Akasha system.
what? But there are so few records about Aru anywhere. And practically
But this is something you could not possibly have known. You may have heard many stories about the desert, but what is the most important aspect of...
I'm from Vahumana. It's, well, veracity.
Precisely. And a large part of veracity is the chronological order in which events occur. I may as well tell you. In the beginning, Nabu Malikata, the goddess of flowers, descended upon Sumeru. The glory of the heaven was within. Then she created the Jinn, enlightened them, and ordered them to serve her. Two other gods also walked upon this land where wisdom flowed in abundance. It was the first and greatest alliance. We should speak with reverence of this covenant between the three, which transcended both time and life. All the great changes in Sumeru's history began with the goddess of flowers. For King Deshret's sake, she pried into the secrets of Celestia, and for this was burned to ashes by the... So grieved was King Deshret by her passing, that he lost all interest in state affairs, and devoted himself instead to the knowledge that she had brought back. It was after learning of the technology from that and so, the Akasha was inspired by Aru, while the basis for Aru itself came from Celestia's technology.
Well, if the two share a common technological origin, then connecting one system to the other is an entirely feasible idea.
Unbelievable. Have you no reverence at all for celestial technology?
No, I do, but there's no time for that. The schedule is too tight. Blame it on the deadline.
Perhaps you could try coming up with our cutoff dates.
You know what it's like having to turn around 5 different drafts in one day? I wouldn't wish it on my worst enemy.
Yeah, also, Sir Ibis King, you don't plan on getting directly involved at all, do you?
yes, well, you strike us more as having come to give a popular science lecture. Or, wait, does this count as more of a first-hand wit?
Neither. Anyway,
Still, if Aru is so powerful, why didn't King Deshret use it for more ambitious ends?
because it was never fully completed. King Deshret had grand plans, but he perished before they could come to fruition. In the beginning, his wish was to create something that could rival the very world itself. What he desired, she bestowed, and thus was knowledge brought into the world. Her courage and sacrifice had to be honored with the most splendid of monuments, or King Deshret would surely have deemed it a grave. And that monument, built from knowledge and technology, etched with a sacrificial and courageous love. Even at that time, King Deshret said the following to the Lord of Dendro. Since we share an eternal covenant, I shall never be your enemy. Hence, the fruit of wisdom from the heavens is not to be devoured. Remember, it is not that I lack the power to become the enemy of wisdom, Yet you and she have taught me much in the end. Aru was only used to store a portion of the souls. It was but a primitive form of the masterwork the king had envisaged. His final hope for Aru was to return to the past, when she yet lived.
So the point you're making is, King Deshret was both powerful and ambitious, and he only ceased his imperious ways out of affection for the goddess of flowers and the Dendro Archon. You could see this as an act of mercy, but you could also see it as the sentiments that lay between these three gods placing constraints on him. This was, after all, the foundation of the alliance between them.
This explains why Aru was both a prison and a monument, and why the answer to the three questions was time.
You have to be careful who you get involved with, or you invite all manner of misfortune. This is as true for gods as it is for humans. Love is the same. It is both a prison and a monument. All right, let us pause the story here for now. Seeing as you've been so diligent, I'll offer a little help. Who's in charge again? Is it you?
Ah, yes, me and him.
Now then, wisdom hides in the space between the tangible and the intangible. It is to convey the incommunicable through the simplest of... By the power of King Deshret, I shall grant you a glimpse into the unseen secrets.
Where did this come from? Is it a new mechanism?
It looks more like some form of externalized information. You've rendered it visible?
Just as the Akasha allows you to access a greater range of knowledge, the power of our king permits one to perceive ingenuities that do not belong to this world. This is no ordinary mechanism. It reflects whether you choose to increase or decrease, keep or discard.
Looks mechanical to me. Better let me handle it, just in case. But wait.
Turn around.
So that's where the elevator is.
Was? Der Weg der 1000 Schluchten Ursache und Wirkung. Boah, ich muss ja ganz ehrlich sagen, ich finde das gerade übelst langweilig, was hier mit dem König der Eibisse und so weiter alles passiert. Das ist halt sehr viel Exposition für die Welt des Spiels und für die Welt an sich interessiere ich mich eigentlich leider nicht. Und auch nicht für die Geschichte von Sumeru. Und ich glaube, für Lore-Liebhaber ist das eine Offenbarung. Für mich ist es einfach nur... Kann man das nicht ein bisschen schneller abhandeln? Aber Arias ist... Na gut, dann legen wir mal los. Was soll ich denn damit? Soll der drehen? Kann ich das drehen? Okay, so. Und jetzt? Boah, wir müssen noch ordentlich weiter. Ja, ich glaube, das ist auch ein Rätsel, was man kennt. Ich habe diese ganzen Tempelvorrichtungen hier nicht vermisst.
To record important information in the ancient desert civilization. Hey, Alhaitham, there's some writing here I'll need you to decipher. I've sent it to your screen. Do you see it?
Got it. It's a little blurry, but I should manage.
Take a look and tell me what it says. Oh, and I'll send any other similar text directly to you from now on.
Let's start with this one. It's a variant of an older script. Herein lie verse looks like cultural information from the age of King Deshret.
If so, I suggest you delete it.
Words thrown together merely for fun. I had no idea Aru kept a record of this.
Well, as long as you're certain that this is strictly private information.
It is unimportant.
All right, well, I guess I'll start now.
Ja. Dann mal los. Entfesseln. So. So, in welche Richtung geht er jetzt hier rein oder geht er dahin? Er wird wahrscheinlich dahin gehen. Kann ich damit was machen? Okay. Gut. So sollte es sein. Gut. Dann geht er jetzt von hier nach hier hinten, oder? Jetzt versuchen wir mal nochmal das Ding hier zu drehen. Ja. Genau. So. Die Frage ist, was jetzt?
Found some more. Sending them over to you.
These are all reports about the Gurubad conflict.
Can we delete them?
I'd say so. Most of this information has already been archived anyway.
What if there are details in there that Vahumana missed? What are we supposed to do if they come after us in the future?
They'll just have to live with it. If we don't resolve these issues now, there won't even be an academia in the future, let alone a Vahumana Darshan.
Yeah, you're right. Okay, done. There's some other similar monuments nearby. I'll check them out.
Mhm. Das war klar, dass das noch nicht war. Und lass das Ding hier frei. Warum kann ich es nicht freilassen? Ach, weil das hier im wahrsten Sinne des Wortes abgeschlossen ist. Verdammt. Verdammt. Das war so nicht gedacht. Okay, der geht wieder zurück. Was soll ich mit dem machen? Soll er bewegen? Ja. Muss schon hierher. Ich will den ja schon dahin schicken, aber... Hä? Warum hat er ja gerade nichts gemacht? Er geht wieder zurück. Okay. Das muss schon ein ordentliches Timing haben. Alles klar. Jetzt. Ja. Gut. Und ich hoffe, das war's jetzt. Ich meine, Platz ist hier noch für eine dritte Station. Dass ich da bei dem bleiben muss. Das ist ja voll nervig. Aber immerhin, die anderen Vorrichtungen bleiben aktiviert.
Another monument.
Hold on.
You're still reading it? How long is it?
Na,
It records the development and governance of the Oasis civilization. Most of it concerns the Jinn, but it also contains records left by the artisans who built Aru.
Is it important?
Some of it. There was no way for me to read the whole thing in its entirety, so I had to rely on my intuition to pick the parts worth keeping.
What about the artisans' records? What do they mention?
They're speculations, mostly. For instance, they were wondering how to protect themselves if King Deshret decided to silence them after the construction of Aru.
Sounds like pure mythology to me. Surely that kind of thing didn't really happen.
The records do emphasize that this was merely their conjecture based on various myths. Still, the artisans did leave details of their plans to survive, including blueprints for their escape route.
Even that got recorded? Okay, well, I'll make a copy of this first before I delete it.
Is that truly necessary? You won't be needing those.
No, the blueprints are important. I want to keep them as a memento. I think that should just about do it.
It meets the requirements of the contingency plans, so we should be good.
I gotta say, it's the strangest feeling, this cross between reality and the intangible. It's like drifting between life and death, or in and out of a dream, using my own hands to manipulate illusions that are forever out of reach.
Chasing dreams in the most literal sense. Definitely a novel experience.
What happens if my spirit just floats away?
That won't happen. Anyway, I wouldn't celebrate just yet if I were you. There's likely to be a phase 2 of this project.
All right. I'd better keep my wits about me then.
Dann machen wir mal weiter. Gut. Oh. So. Ich hoffe, wir sind damit jetzt erstmal durch. Mal gucken. Oh. Wir wechseln wieder zur Perspektive des Travelers. Auf jeden Fall nicht schlecht. Gut, Leute, dann würde ich sagen, ich verlasse den Part dann für heute und wir sehen uns dann beim nächsten Mal. Bis dann und ciao.